Today we're going to be going over the black site, all the craftables and the best way to make profit AFK. So the best way to utilize this facility is to basically craft the most profitable items, especially the ones that give you the most amount of alloys per hour. So every time you go offline, make sure you have something crafting here so that you're not just wasting time and actually getting alloys whilst you're offline. So let's begin with the armor bench. Here you can craft armor ranging from purple all the way to red rarity. As you can see or know, you can't really sell the gold armor as it doesn't have a reference price and it doesn't appear anywhere on the auction. If you just click on one of them and then click the 3 lines and source it, the only way to actually obtain it is to actually craft it yourself or get it through like events and boxes or whatnot. So we skip the red armor and come back down to the gold helmets. We've got the GN heavy helmet. This one's just definitely not profitable as it costs you nearly 600k to get just about the same back. So you're just wasting time if you're crafting this. Now moving on to the juicy stuff. Dish 1 tactical helmet. So the Dish 1 will cost you roughly 80k. So 30k from this and one plate is roughly 30k. So 80k. You end up selling it for 285 and your profit per hour will be 26,000 alloys with an overall profit of 205,000. So this takes 8 hours to craft. So I'm going to throw up some numbers on the screen which I've calculated already. So the Dish 1 helmet is around 26,000 per hour. GN heavy helmet is roughly the same, just below it at 25,000. And then you got the H09 anti-riot helmet. This currently is the most profitable helmet that you can be crafting. It will give you 28,000 alloys per hour with a total of 221,000 alloys of profit. The mask one is a big plummet. It will come down to around 15,000 per hour. So out of the 4 helmets that you can profit from, the H09 is definitely the recommendation here. Now moving on to the vests. So there are 4 vests that we can craft from. The most profit is from the elite vest. This will give you 25,000 alloys per hour. It also is the lowest requirement in terms of cost. So this is around 60,000 plus another 30. It's just under 90,000 at 85,000 and you profit 202,000 in total. These values are based off of current market value on the 11th of August. So following on from the elite vest, you have the FS composite vest and the HVK2 vest, which both average around 23,000 per hour. Totals are around 185,000. They're a bit more pricey at 20k more than the elite vest. And then you have the heavy assault vest, which you shouldn't really be crafting. It costs 150k and you only profit 170. Now onto the bags. The bags could be an entry crafting item since they only cost around 40 to 50,000 and you do still end up profiting 100,000 from the GT5 backpack. The other ones are really not worth your time. You're better off crafting the field chest rig, the purple rarity. This will give you 72,000 profit, which is more than these 3 gold backpacks. Now onto the ammo. My personal favorite currently is the 505. My current personal favorite is the 505 by 39, and these ones cost just under 250k to craft, and you do end up profiting around 36,500 per hour. These calculations are done by using the requirement ingredients. So you need 2 of these fuels and then 2 drills. Each fuel is around 112,000 and then the drills around 3,000, which is minimal. And I've used the reference after tax price. Following on from the 505s, you have the 0.300 BLKs. Now these give you just under the same profit per hour at 36,500. They do cost a bit more. They're currently sitting at 303,000 and the profit is basically the exact same. So over these I would be crafting the 545s And to make it quicker every time, you can just favorite the blueprint, and every time you come back, all you need to do is top up. I do recommend getting materials. So for the premium fuel, you just go over to your medical bay and you quick refill. It will cost you just under 400k. You can stock up on these because they do reset eventually, so you can get 80 of these at one time. After the 0.300 BOK, we have the 5842s or the 5728s. These are currently sitting at the same profit per hour. One is slightly more expensive, 30k more for the 5842s, but they both sit at around 35.5 and 36.5. Following on from them two, you have the 762s. They're currently at 33,500 per hour, which is still pretty good, but they're a lot more expensive than the 5728s. Essentially, 545 39s are by far the least costly at just under 250,000, and they give you the most profit per hour. So these are definitely worth crafting at all times right now. With the pharmacy, I wouldn't even touch this because most items here are not profitable whatsoever, unless you are crafting some of these boosters, like stamina boosters, maybe, but 8 hours for around 30,000 profit is just not worth it. Same goes with the gun crafting. Some of the attachments may be worth it in terms of seasonal events and stuff, but in general, I wouldn't touch these two facilities. So these two are my recommended profits per hour. If you like this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe.